One of the things that I make sure to do is to inform my caregivers about the environments that they're going into. They will give me a call to do a walkthrough assessment of an environment for one of their clients. And the main thing that I like to do before I go in is to make sure that they know to protect themselves and how to protect themselves before they go into that unknown environment. One of the most important things I tell them is that make sure that you put on some shoe covers. These are for your protection. They're designed to not necessarily keep your shoes looking nice, but they're designed to separate and create a barrier between the bottom of your sole and the actual environment that you're walking in. So once you put that shoe cover on, you can rest assured that at the end of your tour through that person's site, that you can remove the cover without bringing whatever you're picking up on your shoes back to your car, back to your home, back to the next site. And that's very important. Also, when people are going into hoarded environments, it's the same thing that when you have an accumulation of dust, accumulation of items and different objects that have been stationary for a long period of time, you have also accumulation of dust and activity that has taken place that's on the bottom of the stack. So it wouldn't be unusual for me to go doing a decluttering, a decontamination of a home that's cluttered, to find at the bottom of the piles of debris dead mice, dead spiders, fecal matter from rodents, urine stains from rodents. You see things that they've chewed up, and there's food spillage and waste. All those things are potential hazards or access ways for transmission of disease. And as you're walking through those sites, you don't have any indication of what is actually there. So shoe covers, definitely on the feet. Also masks we put on to cover your nose and mouth from anything that you may loosen up into the air when you're moving these items. Even sometimes the homes are difficult just to navigate through. You may find yourself having to move and shuffle some of the items out of the way. And in the process of you doing that, you're going to release the dust that has fallen on these items that have been sitting there for God knows how long. And this can be something that will end up inside of your lungs, of course, because you're breathing when you're in that space. So cover your mouth, cover your shoes, and then also, thirdly, cover your hands. I advise people to wear latex gloves, or if they have rubber gloves, that's fine. Once you get inside the resident's home, the doorknobs could be dirty. The doorknobs could be infected. The light switches could have filth on them. Sometimes people put their hands on the door to push the door open. So you want to be mindful that you don't necessarily want to touch any of the items there, but you want to make sure that you get a chance to make an accurate assessment of what you see there. I had a job that I did an evaluation for, I guess it was maybe 4 or 5 months ago. The situation was the lady had cancer. She had cancer in her uterus. And as a result of her having cancer in the uterus, she lost blood in her bed. She lost blood on the carpet, throughout the bathroom, and you can see where she's been struggling in that home because she lived alone. And she's struggling to get to the bathroom and struggling to get through the house, and wherever things got spilled, that's where they got spilled. And she did not have the energy nor the mental capacity to understand that she's now creating a potential health hazard for herself from her own body. So going into environments where there's been spillages of blood, leakages from your stool, leakages from your bladder, it could be an epidemic waiting to happen if you don't go in and protect yourself properly. And you don't want to take that to another patient's home if they have cancer or some other type of disease where their immune system is weakened, because they're very vulnerable. And so protecting yourself is the most important thing that you do when you make your assessment. So put the shoe covers on. It doesn't hurt to put them on. People kind of think it's interesting that when I show up, I put my shoe covers on, and I let them know that I'm protecting myself from you. Not that I have anything against you, but I don't want to have a situation where I cannot provide care for you because I've now become sick in your home. And so the work that I do has a certain level of risk involved. There's actually a high level of risk because I'm going into unknown environments that have unknown levels of a microscopic or microorganic activity involved. The equipment and supplies that I use, some of the chemicals that I use also, are designed to eradicate 99.9% of all types of microorganisms that may be either in the air or on the surfaces. So I use air and surface purification devices, and I use products that will actually clean the surfaces from the debris. So I'm advising and recommending that you protect yourself, just as I will always protect myself when I'm going into that environment to make it safe and healthy for you and for your patient. This is not maid service, this is intensive cleaning. So reach out to us with the information below and we'd be glad to help you.